From an identity perspective, let's take a look at the worst case scenario. So all your defensive tooling at these previous stages of the attack have failed, or the attacker has been able to kind of weave their way through them. And now you have a compromised identity, rather, that the attacker is able to leverage. What controls do you have to mitigate this available to you already using your existing tooling that can reduce risk at this level of the attack? Here, if you click in, Reach is recommending a number of different controls. We prioritize this based on the percentage of risk reduction specific to our customer's environment. So again, this is using all customer data. The percentage of risk reduction for any one customer isn't going to be the same for another. And what you can kind of deduce from this is, hey, in this customer environment, a large number of attacks that we've seen have come from high-risk ASNs. If we had 100 attacks, let's say, in a given day, probably more like a given hour or a given minute, 36% of attacks roughly would have been blocked if this conditional access rule were put into place. And the cool thing here is that this isn't necessarily a conditional access rule that Microsoft supplies themselves. This is where you're really blending together the threat intelligence that Reach curates with the control recommendations, because obviously conditional access can block high-risk ASNs, but how do you know what those high-risk ASNs are? So this is where Reach is curating, again, that list of networks that we deem as high risk and leveraging the tooling that you already have, in this case, conditional access, to block access to those high-risk ASNs. We also have a concept, and we'll see this later in the product, of being able to show you the user impact. So how many of your users are actually reaching out to these high-risk ASNs? You likely see that it's very little, unless they're related to actual attacks or alerts. And so the way that you're able to use that data is say, hey, this is going to give me a pretty significant reduction in risk, over a third of my risk reduction from this one control. And it's not really going to impact my users very much. Because this is often what we see, kind of the struggle between IT and security, is IT maybe the kind of admins of the tool, security may be more so focused on the outputs or the security landscape. And it's hard to get a synergy between them in terms of being able to optimize the tool for both of their needs. IT wants the business to keep running, security wants it to stay secure, and we're able to do both of those by saying this is going to accomplish X number of percentage of risk while impacting very, very few legitimate sessions.